Hey folks, and welcome back to Pattaya. We've got a lot to get to today. We've got a friend moving out of his temporary condo here in Pattaya, and he's found a permanent condo. So we'll go help him with that and meet his agent and look around there. Nice place, but before we do any of that, we got to start today with an errand, unfortunately. It's visa renewal day, so we'll get the process and wheels turning on that before we go and help our friend with the condo. So let's jump into this and I'll show you the first stop. So I've come to the bank today. First stop in the visa renewal process. Got to come to the bank and update your bank book. They give you a passbook type bank book here, and they feed it into a machine and it prints out all the, not every transaction, but it prints out, I guess, key dates and transaction amounts. I think all deposits and maybe withdrawals over a certain amount. And then I think on the first of the month, regardless, on the first of every month, it carries over a balance. That's important because you need to prove a certain amount of funds in your account. For my visa, it's a little bit complicated. It's 800,000 baht, 60 days prior to my renewal and 90 days subsequent to my renewal. And then it's 400,000 for the other 7 months of the year. They also give you a letter. They give you a letter from the bank manager. The manager has to stamp and sign that, certifying that yes, the printout and the bank book transactions and all the balances are correct and the account's in good standing. So that's the first stop. You need that. That proves funding. There's many different kinds of visas, and many of them you have to prove some sort of funding. It's different amounts for different visas. Most of the visas don't require a health insurance, a certification or an amount, but mine does. So you have that, and then ordinarily, I think 2 photographs and a couple forms notwithstanding, you head off to the immigration office. But we're going to see the visa agent. She'll maybe shed a little bit more light on this. I don't like the forms. I just want somebody else to handle all that for me. It's 1,900 baht to renew the visa. That's for a renewal, and that's good for 1 year. That does not include if you want to leave the country. So if you want to leave the country and come back in, so you want to take a little trip to wherever, you would need a re-entry permit for that. You can get a re-entry permit, I think, for 1,000 baht, or pay 3,800 and get what they call multiple entry, where you can come and go. You can take trip here, take trip there. So I don't know. I might get that. I might get that because, as I said in the last episode, I'm planning a trip to India, and who knows? I might go somewhere else. So all you would have to do is make 2 trips out of the country, and that multiple entry you'd have your return back on your investment, in other words. If you only made 1 trip out of the country, it would be cheaper just to buy a re-entry permit ad hoc or for that one occurrence. So let's get to the visa office and sort this all out. Sorry about that little detour, but I was hungry. Anyway, so we got the bank paper. Next stop, the visa shop. We'll go in and see Lana. We were here before. This is what she does. She expedites visas, extensions. So if you need an extension to stay here, things like that. I think she'll even assist with like a driver's license if you need help with that, which isn't that detailed. I actually thought it's pretty fun to go on your own to do that. But she does all that. If you're not down with going to do that, she can do that for you. So she's back. She made some food for V and I. They had some food, and she gave us some to take home. But anyway, I got the bank. I gave her the bank paperwork. That's all stamped and signed from the bank. And then I gave her. Actually had it on my telephone. She printed it out, my insurance document. The health insurance, right, Mime?
Yeah.
Okay. So that comes from the insurance company. It's what immigration needs to show that you have coverage, if that's required. Health insurance not for every visa, right?
Only non-OA.
Non-OA need.
If not have, we need to open account or pay 4,000 baht for insurance support non-OA visa.
Okay. So that's a thing, but I like to have the health insurance. So then 2 pictures, but I brought pictures, but she can do the pictures, right? But I brought pictures. And then the forms. Look at all those forms. This is the whole thing. She's going to immigration with all these forms. So she'll call a courier, and the courier will go to Jom Tien and wait in line and present all these documents, the passport. You'll be without your passport for like a day or 2, but she gives you a copy of that and your existing visa stamp. So if you had occasion to have to produce that, I always have it on my phone. A digital representation of that is usually good as well. So for a visa renewal like this, 2 days.
2 days.
And how much costs? Like I have everything I give you, then
If have everything go 8,000.
8,000. So 8,000, now keep in mind 2,000 of that is for the visa. So 6,000 for her to do the paperwork, send the courier, the photos. Usually she'll do photos for that. The beautiful Lana will take care of this, and I show you her contact information. So if you have questions about a visa, you want some help, stop by and see her. But it's all kind of things. Extension. You do a lot of extensions, right? I think a lot of people.
2 months.
1 month.
Visa.
Yeah.
Retirement, married visa. Thai child support visa.
Oh, child support visa.
Follow,
If you have a child here, you have to have a child here for the child support.
Without married paper, can do Thai child support.
So if you have a child but you're not even married, you can get a visa under the auspices of you have a child to support here. There's many different ways, and she knows all of them. That's the thing. You may come in for one kind of visa, and she look at your situation and say, well, maybe this is better. So it's also a little bit of a consultancy in that regard. So, and when she does a renewal, the first 90-day report is free, comes with it. And then after that, it's 200 baht, which is like the lowest in town. I've not seen anybody do it for less than 200 baht, which is like a little bit less than $6. And that's totally worth it. Up to you. It's always up to you. Anyway, we got a lot of stuff to do. We got to help a guy move. See what kind of trouble he's got himself into. We got him a condo a couple months ago. That lease is finished. It was a kind of an interim lease so he could find a condo. He's found one now for a long-term lease, and we'll go see what he's selected and why, and we'll carry his suitcase over there for him. If you guys remember, about 2 months ago, we helped a buddy move into a condo. He was in a hotel. He just moved here. He was in a hotel for a week. We got him a place in Grand Avenue, right where I used to live, right in the center of town for a 2-month lease. That gives him time to look around and find something he wants. So with interim housing. Today, he's moving out of interim housing into his first 1-year place. He's had time to look around. He's had time to get a feel for the place. And he selected this place. We're just on the other side of Sukhumvit Road, not across the railroad tracks yet. So in between the railroad tracks and Sukhumvit Road. And it's called The Win. 38 square meters. 38 square meters. The realtor, his agent, I know her, but I don't know her. She's been to my house before. She's a friend of each. I forgot all about her. But that's the realtor. Say hello. คุณชื่ออะไรครับ
ชื่อสุค่ะ
So, okay. So she's arranged this for him. It's 38 square meters, but it feels like the biggest 38 square meters condo I've ever seen. And everything's like new in here. The building looks like new. I'm not sure how old it is, but plenty of room. The bed's not right, you know, pushed up against the wall on either side. It's rather large. He had a bigger place at Grand Avenue of 60 square meters. He didn't really need that, it's just him. And he figured that after looking around, it makes more sense for him to be outside of town a little bit. He's not a big goer of the nightlife or anything like that. And this made more sense. It's close by the stores. He likes to go to the big C and the big box stores, and that's what he likes to do. So he's right here off Sukhumvit Road, and he's got a 1-year deal, 1,200 baht per month for the 38 square meters. And everything's like new. He's got pots, pans, dishes, forks, knives, spoons. He's got a microwave, a fridge, a pantry. You don't see a pantry every day in Pattaya. That's a nice pantry. You know, every condo has its little perks, benefits, features, also its negatives. He doesn't know about any negatives yet. But he's got a nice little lounge here and TV. You got a TV in the bedroom?
Yes.
Yeah, look at that.
Good TV.
You don't see that every day either. So, and I like the floor. It's a very nice fall wood floor.
It's luxury vinyl, dude.
And it's a one building. It's a small unit. It's just one building. There's 112 units in here. But I know the occupancy isn't that much by looking at the parking garage. So I think it's newer. Decent condo. Decent condo. Should be quiet back here. It's not quite dark side. You could call this dark side, but technically dark side is generally referred to as on the other side of the railroad tracks, and he's just shy of that. One reason that I had never heard of this building is because I grew up around railroad tracks, and specifically I never looked in this area. I grew up in the Mid-Atlantic. My great-grandfather, grandfather, father, the whole family worked for the railroad. I'm the first generation that didn't. Because the whole dichotomy changed. Used to be a lot of industry and railroads, but we were always living in the proximity of railroads, and every time we moved, that was a big concern. You don't want to be right next to the tracks. They'll rumble you right out of bed at night when they blow the whistle at grade crossings. It's too short, one long, whatever, and you can hear that. It wakes you up. So I've kind of been ingrained with that as a child, and I wanted to avoid anywhere close by the railroad tracks, so I never personally looked at a place like this. Now, Suk has a penthouse. She has a penthouse that she's going to show me. Penthouse is a little bit more money. 50,000 baht a month. You know, I mean, while I'm here, I've got to look at it. You want to look at it? All right, we'll go check out the penthouse with Suk while Terry puts away his cornflakes. And there's 8 floors here. He's on the 8th floor, so I don't know where the penthouse is going to be. We can't go up higher than this, but wherever it is, we'll see. The entrance to the penthouse is actually lower than his floor on the 7th, but it's a 2-story penthouse, which is kind of odd to find in a condo. 2-floor penthouse. Now, not the entire thing's 2-floor. The lounge area has a great big double-story, 2 stories of ceiling right here over the lounge. But then over the kitchen and the guest bedroom is the master suite upstairs. Great jacuzzi in there. Nothing out of the ordinary in the bathrooms other than the great big jacuzzi tub. It's 130 square meters, has a wrap-around balcony, at least the 2 sides. And everything's upgraded fixtures. There's surround sound in here, a very nice looking leather couch. So this is an example of the other extreme in here. I'm guessing the first one we were in, 38 square meters, that's going to be your smaller size, 1 bedroom. This would be the 2-bedroom penthouse, the super one. In between are probably some regular 2 bedrooms and so forth. But I'm mildly impressed with the building and how new everything is, and it looks nice. I don't see many people around, so I think it's probably right now a well-kept secret. But anyway, if you want one of these, I'll give you Suk's information. You can email Suk or something, okay? So you happy to be out of Grand Avenue and into your new permanent housing?
Yeah.
You went hotel, temporary housing, and now you're permanent.
Permanent.
So-
And I found this one by myself. So
All by himself.
Yeah.
I did not recommend this or steer him around. He had time because he had a 2-month lease to look.
And a motorcycle.
And he got a motorcycle and to look and to see what made the most sense for him. And he found Sook. Sook took care of him. And she's been great. He's moving in today. She's already done his TM30. We were eating lunch and she emailed it or sent the messenger to him. And that's usually you do within 24 hours of your notification to immigration of your new address. She's already done that for him. She's on top of everything he said.
Very professional.
He wanted a washing machine. She got him a washing machine. He wanted a drying rack. She got him a drying rack. Things like that make a difference when you're here trying to navigate all this on your own. So anyway, that's the win. And Terry is finished now. We're done with him.
There's that skydiving and then the zip line we're going to do. And
He wants me to do the zip line. I got better things to do. Anyway, we'll see what's next. So in addition to the penthouse, the Wynn also has all the common facilities you'd expect. A little gym right there and a nice looking pool. Little area there you could soak your lounger in, cover it up so you're not going to get a sunburn out there, I guess. But there's also a big, like a living room, a shared space there if you want to have a meet and greet or something like this right here. Very nice. A lot of condos have those. And right across the street is a coffee shop, and that's almost like part and parcel of this condo. I believe they rent that from the condo unit. But anyway, very nice building. Not sure about the rail noise. It's about 300 meters away. I'll follow up on that. But for this episode, we've got to go ahead and leave it off right here. And as usual, I'll thank you for watching. And until next time, bye for now.